Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Assalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi rasulillahi ajmain. First of all, thanks to Allah who has given us the mercy and blessing so that I can do this seminar proposal online without any trouble and obstacles. And then salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who has bring us from the darkness to the lightness. Okay, the Honorable Mr. Dodi Widyananda MTSOL as my first advisor, and then the Honorable Miss Rauldatul Husni MPD as my second advisor, the Honorable Miss Fitri Handayani MPD as my first examiner, and then the Honorable Mrs. Suci Rahma Putri MPD as my second examiner, and then the Honorable Mr. Yadi Saputra MPD as my third examiner. Okay, here I would like to explain my proposal with the title, The Effectiveness of Course Review Horror Method on Student Reading Comprehension at 10th Grade Student of SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru. Okay, in this proposal consists 3 chapters, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. In Chapter 1, include background of the problem, and then identification of the problem, limitation of the problem, and then research question, purpose of the research, significance of the research, and then definition of the key term. Okay, first background of the problem. English is one of the foreign languages studied by Indonesian senior high school. This is line with Ghani et al. 2019 stating that Indonesian government places English as compulsory subject for junior and senior high school. In Indonesian senior high school, students still have had difficulties to understand the meaning in reading text. As an important activity at class, reading is considered as crucial factor in foreign language skill. However, poor reading comprehension still exists in Indonesian senior high school context. It is supported by Ghani et al. 2019, stating that English language skill of student and society in Indonesian are still less. This is aligned with the ability to read and understand English language text by student. Okay, there are 3 leading factors of the issue. They are the student lack of vocabulary, and then the student difficulties to find main idea, and then the student less motivation. First, the student lack of vocabulary. Vocabulary is crucial factor for student in learning English, include speaking, reading, writing, and listening. If the student have limited vocabulary, it can hamper the student to understand the meaning in reading text. And then if the student have more vocabulary, it can help and guide the student to get the information and grasping the idea from the text. And then the second leading factor of reading comprehension is student difficulty to find main idea. The main idea might be important for students to develop throughout paragraph. Yeah, main idea usually located in the first sentence, but sometimes we found the main idea located in the middle or in the last sentence due to the student may be confused to determine where the main idea exactly. And then the last leading factor is the student on reading comprehension is student less motivation. Yeah, according to Satriana 2013, as cited in Nanda 2019, state that the student have less motivation due to their learning habits. That means the student rarely to analyze the reading text in daily activity. Actually, motivation is beneficial to boost the student intention to follow every single material by teacher at classroom. Yeah, due to the three leading factor of student reading comprehension above, it led to two ramifications. The first, hindering student problem solving skill, and then the second, decrease student learning achievement. Yeah, hindering student problem solving skill. Hindering student problem solving skill is one of negative impact for student, because as we know, reading is essential part to solve the problem. If the student more to read journal, books, or article, that can help the student to get the solution to solve the problem they face. And then the second is decrease student learning achievement. According to Sujana 2011, state that achievement student learning outcome refer three aspects. The first, cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. That means learning achievement is important for students to improve their quality of learning so that the student be able to develop their comprehensions. Based on the rounded causes and effect of the issue above, the writer proposes the solution. The name is cause review Horay method. The CRH can help the CRH can be applied by teacher at classroom to enhance the student motivation and interest in learning, especially in reading English. According to Huda 2013, it states that CRH is one of methods can create the student fun in learning or enjoy in learning in order to handle the student in comprehension. The CRH method, it is expected to boost student learning English at class in order to the student can answer the question based on the text that they have read before. Okay, the CRH might be useful to conduct in this research because there are two reasons. The first, the CRH has purpose to make the student enjoy in learning activity, and the student will not bored in while reading comprehension. And then the second reading is the CRH might be have the advantages to increase the student learning achievement. Yeah, thus based on the causes and effect above, the writer focuses on investigating the effectiveness of course review Horay method on student reading comprehension at 10th grade student of SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru. Okay, the next is identification of the problem. Based on the background of the problem above, there are three main factors that make the student reluctant in learning English. The first is the student lack of vocabulary, and then the student difficulty to find main idea, and then the student have low motivations. And then limitation of the problem. Limitation of the problem in this research is to investigating the effectiveness of course review Horay method on student reading comprehension at 10th grade student at SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru. And then research question, is the course review Horay method effective to improve student reading comprehension at the SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru? And then the purpose of the research. The purpose of this research is to investigate the effectiveness of course review Horay method on student reading comprehension at 10th grade student at SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru. Okay, significance of the research. The writer expect that the research will offer valuable contribution on student, teacher, and researcher, and then the another readers. And then the next definition of key term. The first, reading comprehension, course review Horay, and then recount text. Okay, we are going to the chapter 2. In chapter 2 include the three aspects in teaching reading, course review Horay, and then recount text. First, teaching reading. Yeah, teaching reading is guideline for the teacher to help student in comprehending the text easily. Yeah, in teaching reading, include the definition of reading, reading comprehension, reading strategies, and purpose reading. Okay, the second, course review Hooray method. Yeah, course review Hooray method is one of cooperative learning models that can encourage students to active participate in learning. Yeah, according to Suprijono 2010, state that CRH is one of learning to do, learning to know, learning to live together, in order to release the significance of learning for the learners. This method can help students to solve the problem in small group, and then by applying the CRH, it can boost students to train cooperative in learning between student and others. And then the purpose of the CRH, yeah, according to Suchita 2014, there are some purpose of the course review Hooray method. They are, the CRH can increase the student to finish their task together in teamwork, and then the CRH also make the student enjoy or fun in learning, and then the student can accept their their other mind of their friends with the different background knowledge. And then the third is recount text. Yeah, recount text. Recount text is the text that tell us a part of past experience. The purpose of the recount text is to give the information for audience or the readers what happened and when it happened. And then the generic structure. Generic structure in recount text, there are three aspects. The first, orientation, event, and then reorientation. And then type of recount text, there are three. First, personal recounts, and then factual recounts, and then imaginative recounts. Okay, in this research, the writer what the name? Make the review of related finding. There are two review of related finding. What the name? Suitable about this research. The first from Sinta Purwatiningsih 2016, with entitled Improving Student Reading Comprehension to Course Review Hooray Method in 8th Grade Student of MTS Matoli Ulum Puncak Wangi Pati. And then the second from Mukti Febriana Rahayu 2018, with the entitled The Effectiveness of Course Review Hooray Method to Student Reading Comprehension in the 8th Grade Student of MTS Ma'arif Al-Mukarram Sumoroto Ponorogo. And then the hypothesis. Hypothesis in this research is there are two hypotheses, HANUL and HA. HANUL is there is no effect for student score who are taught by using course review Hooray method, or no are not taught by using course review Hooray method of SMA 2 Negeri Kota Baru in academic year 2019 till 2020. And then HA, there is effect for student score who are taught by using course review Hooray method, and who are not taught by using course review Hooray method in 10th grade student of SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru in academic year 2019 and till 2020. And then conceptual framework. In this research, the writer make the conceptual framework. They name pre-test, and then there are treatment, and then post-test. In pre-test, the writer will be applied the multiple choice test that consists 25 questions, and then in treatment, the writer will be applied the course review Hooray method, and then in post-test also give the multiple choice test consists 25 question. Okay, we are going to chapter 3. Okay, in chapter 3, include the research design, population and sample, operational definition, instrumentation, technique of the data collection, and technique of the data analysis. Yeah, firstly, research design. In this research, the writer will use the experimental research. Yeah, according to Jagni 2016, experimental research is quantitative method to looking for the effect of treatment. Yeah, here the writer choose the pre-experimental research design, one group, pre-test and post-test, and then population and sample. Population is total number in our research. Here the population is the 10 grade student of SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru, and then the sample is kelas IPA 2, 10 grade student at SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru. And then operational definitions, there are two operational definition here. First, independent variable and dependent variable. Independent variable is course review horror method, and dependent variable is student reading comprehensions. And then instrumentations. Instrumentation in this research is the writer will use the multiple choice, consists 25 questions, and then in instrumentation, before the writer give the pre-test and post-test, the instrumentation will be what the name? Will try to another class, except the kelas IPA 2 at 10 grade as a student at SMA Negeri 2 Kota Baru. And then after the writer finish to make the instrument will be valid first with my first advisor. And then technique of the data collection. Yeah, technique of the data collections, the writer will use the test. The test will be applied twice, first in the pre-test and the last in post-test. And then technique of the data analysis. Yeah, here the technique of the data analysis, the writer will use the SPSS 20. In the data analysis, first the writer will check the normality test and hypothesis test. Okay, that's all my proposal. Okay, thank you so much for your attention, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.